Hello and welcome to Q City Metro's 15 Minutes of Fame, the fast-paced conversation with Charlotte area business owners. 15 Minutes of Fame is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. I'm your host, Glenn Berkins, publisher of Q City Metro. We're here today with Ella Stafford. Ella is the founder and owner of Village Studio and Gallery in Southwest Charlotte. Ella, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Village Studio and Gallery is a pottery studio. Is that correct?
It is.
Very quickly, because we only have 15 minutes, very quickly, tell us how it all came to be.
I got into pottery probably about 2.5 years ago after going through postpartum depression. Fast forward, last year, we started being impacted by the pandemic. We have two young children at that time. Well, we have two young children, and I just couldn't manage being a data analytics and having my two kids at home, raising them. So I took a leap of faith, quit my day job, and opened up a pottery studio.
And you really took a leap of faith because you did this with your own money. You did not get any loans or any investors. How was that?
It was very interesting. Most people think that you could just qualify for a loan to start a business, but you can't. So everything this year has been self-funded. I've been truly blessed. There's been some hidden expenses I didn't expect, but everything has come through.
And how's the business doing?
It is doing excellent. We moved from the garage in November to the studio in Southwest Charlotte in November. We had 2 students to sign up, and I'm glad to say this session that just started last week, we have a total of 25 students.
Okay, so do you sell products or do you deliver services?
We do both. So we have the pottery studio, which you can come learn and take pottery classes and play. And then we also have the gallery part of the house, which we do promote local artists here in Charlotte. We have their merchandise up front in our gallery, and we also go to local markets to promote potters in the area.
Are you an artist yourself? Can I find some of your pottery on sale there?
Yes, you can. So whenever I'm blessed to be able to play, you can find my work at the studio and at the markets when we're present.
Which do you enjoy more, working in the business or working in clay?
I love working in the business. I love being around people. I was remote for 8 years. I'm very outgoing. I love talking with people. So interacting with people is what I love the most. I don't always make something during that time, but it's connecting with people and showing them that they have a village, they have a support system behind them. I love that the most.
One of the things that kind of surprised me, we did an article on you earlier this year, I believe it was. And one of the things that surprised me in that article is that men make up a substantial percentage of your clientele.
That is true. It's very surprising, but it is typically men who call to make date nights. It's the men who, when they come in, they are really into the creative process. And I'm just always so amazed. 95% of our date nights are made by men, and they have the best time ever.
Now, you have certain nights that are reserved for men, is that correct? And other nights reserved for women? Are you still doing that?
We aren't. So we put that on pause. We were going to do a men's night, but right now we're competing with summertime after a pandemic. So we're looking to restart our sip and molds on Friday nights in September, where couples can come out and play either at the wheel or by hand.
Now, there are a lot of sip and paints out there. I've attended one and my painting was not very good. Do you think I'd be any better making pottery?
I believe so. I believe so, because again, this is your imagination. This is what you want to do. So if you just want to make a snowman, you get a snowman because it's made by your own two hands. It's whatever you want to make during that time, if it's not a theme night. So yeah, I think you will be wonderful.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about being a business person? You talked about growing or you talked about working with people, but there's more to operating a business than simply working with people. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. What do you like about that or not like about that?
Oh my goodness, there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes. this year has just been so amazing. I have had to hire a studio manager that helps me with the marketing, the social media pieces of it. So that's kind of, even though I'm an artist, I'm not that good in that arena with the social marketing and the marketing. So I have someone to help me there. I do love the business part of it. I love the networking. I like making the connections. I like promoting our business. I like doing the books. I like doing the admin side of it.
Wait. You like doing the books?
So ironically enough is one of my degrees says that I'm an accountant.
So maybe you do like doing the books.
Yeah. So one of my degrees, my undergrad degree is in accounting. My grad degree is in business. So I do like the behind the scenes part of it. Not so much the marketing. I like recording the videos for marketing materials, but I leave that to my studio manager.
What do you think, what advice would you offer other people who might be other potential entrepreneurs who might be thinking about going into business?
I would say plan. I did not just quit my job lightheartedly. There was issues with childcare, but plan all your expenses. Make sure you understand your budget, because it may take months before you get a real paycheck from your business. You need to plan for what if it's not jumping, how to survive slow seasons. So plan everything, even the once a year expenses. When I go do my eye exam, plan everything so you know what your true cost is to live. Do your research. There are programs out there that benefit entrepreneurs that can help us during this time period. And I will also say, know your contingents, know your exit plan. That was real big for me. Knowing when to stop, if I needed to stop, and how I was going to make it if that was to happen. So just knowing all of it. A lot of people put a lot of energy into just start up, but what happens if you don't make it? Mm-hmm. What's your next game plan?
Or even if you do make it, you still need an exit plan. At some point, you are going to not do that anymore.
Correct. So right now, our business, and just jokingly, I said I was going to be hot this year. We are now in the market looking for a larger location.
Really?
So we are growing. Yes.
Do you think your background in business, you mentioned that you're an accountant. Do you think that helped you in the business?
I do. I was accountant for the first part of my career, and then I moved into data analytics. Now that part of my career has been very beneficial. I'm up at night, constantly reading the news. I'm watching trends in Charlotte. That has been really huge in which location I'm going to be in. Of course, you have to find availability, but just knowing what's going on in our community, around our community, what's happening, where we may see the best growth, what Charlotte forecasts are. So my analytical background has been a huge help in deciding location and where we're going and when to go.
What's been your biggest surprise so far?
Oh, I think my biggest surprise, really huge. My biggest surprise is the amount of people who will come out to help you. Because again, I call my studio the village, a little play on the fact that for years I didn't have a support system. And now I have a huge support system. The amount of people who will come out and help support small businesses. I mean, and just there's some bartering in there, but the amount of support, we're not by ourselves. You just have to take that leap. Put yourself out there, do the lives, meet people, feel silly, but there are so many people out there willing to help you. That has been just really my biggest surprise. Is the support.
That's something that I can definitely relate to. We often think about entrepreneurs being solo heroes, but behind every successful business, there is someone who has helped that business and helped that entrepreneur succeed. No one does it alone. Any disappointments?
I would say that, I mean, on the flip side, it's so much. This year has been very challenging for me. I lost my mother, I think a couple weeks before you guys interviewed me earlier this year. I went through a divorce. I'm going through a divorce. You underestimate the amount of work it goes into being an entrepreneur. It's all on you, and you really do sometimes it's not so much a disappointment as a hard lesson. There's so many things going on in my mind that sometimes I forget to put it on paper. So when I'm looking for help, it's all in my mind and I don't even have time to stop. So just the amount of work, prioritizing what's important. I think I struggled with that for the first 6 months. And that was I felt low because success was coming at me, but it was too much for me to handle. And so I needed to be able to be comfortable in myself and say, hey, I need help. I need you to manage this and be able to take my hands out of that pot and say, you take care of this and I sign off on it. And just be able to better balance myself. Because it can be very, very, very overwhelming.
Was it tough for you to take your hand off certain aspects of the business?
Yeah, yes. My studio manager got at me last week because every now and again I want to get out there and post a video. And she's like, Ella, no. So she has the game plan and it's about sticking to that plan. Mm-hmm. It's trusting the game plan and I'm seeing the results of trusting it. So it's like, okay, you know what? It's working. Let me step back. Let me stay in my lane and do what I do best.
Let's talk about the future. What does the future look like for Village Studio and Gallery?
I think it looks real big. I think we're going to see more of a presence from the Village. We're going to start to include other mediums. You're going to see a bigger location, more collaboration with some of the other pottery studios here. I think artists should definitely be on the lookout for us because we're going to be opening doors for them from a marketing and entry into the market standpoint. For those who just want to come and play, keep an eye out. Our classes are going to be expanding and like I said, we'll be offering different mediums and maybe even an artist lounge for those to come and chill with us during the day.
So when and where will this bigger location be?
Oh, we're working. So we will definitely be on the southwest or the west side of Charlotte. We will not move from that area. We're just looking for the perfect spot. So we're going to stay true to our side of town and hopefully find a place. We don't have a place yet, but it's coming.
What's the demographics of your clients? Does it reflect Charlotte overall, or is it?
I think it does. I'm minority owned, and so sometimes people are kind of shocked that I'm into pottery, but there are a lot of minorities into pottery. We're into arts. So we have a mix. I would say my demographics is typically between 20 to 40-year-olds who are looking for a hobby, if it's from a pottery standpoint, that are creative, that are, kind of stepping away from our grandmother's pottery scene or ceramics class. We want to be creative. We want to be fun. We're looking at corporate people outside of just the creatives that love to come in, just people who are looking for a creative outlet. Mm-hmm. So again, typically 20s to 40s, looking for a creative outlet. We get a lot of people from corporate America I just need to unwind for the day. I just want to play and be creative. And we get a good mix of minorities and people from just all walks of life.
Okay, so this is where you get to really promote your business. Tell us the address. Tell us about any classes or whatever, what days, whatever you want to tell us about the business.
Perfect. We are located right now at 4111 Rose Lake Drive, Suite C, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28217. Our phone numbers are 980-309-0458 and 704-232-8344. We are open Monday through Saturday, about 11 o'clock until typically about 9 o'clock in the afternoons. We host classes Monday through Thursday evenings. Right now, classes are completely full and we'll start again late September. Our classes go for 6 weeks. In which we supply all your supplies. We teach you everything you need to do, and you get extra hours just to come in and practice. We're laid back. We love to listen to music in the studio, and we love being creative.
So the earliest I can sign up for a class would be late September.
So our next session starts late September. We open our classes internally for our returning students, typically 3 weeks before that day. And then we go public 2 weeks before the start of class. So typically I want to say, probably about the second week of September, you can start signing up. We will have the link live on our website.
All right. And your website is?
Our website is V as in Village, S as in Studio, G as in Gallery, N as North NC is in Carolina. So it's vsgnc.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Ella, for being our guest today on 15 Minutes of Fame. And thank you to our sponsor, Fifth Third Bank. I'm Glenn Berkins, and until next time, have a good day.